spooky. Oh, this video is going to be very spooky. Hi. Is that how I start this? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak, and I'm already going back on something I literally said just yesterday. Today we're going to be talking about Shane Dawson again, and I didn't want to. I literally just said in my last video, I'm done talking about Shane Dawson for a while. And then, well, it turns out I have some shit to talk about. If you're new here, okay, make sure you're subscribed. A nice thing to do, and it doesn't cost you anything. I'll wait. Also, just FYI, I have a Patreon where we watch nostalgia content, so if you're more into that kind of thing, that's where you can find that. It's linked below, as well as a bunch of links on ways to help people out in Minneapolis and the surrounding areas. Any way that you can help is a good one. Those links will remain in my description of all of my videos until things thaw out there, if you know what I'm saying. Anywho, today we're gonna watch Shane Dawson has just been on Kayla Malik and Jacob Sartorius' podcast, banging out, because sure, why not? 2026 is already shaping up to be a year, so why not? Why not? So the significance of this cannot be understated, all right? I have not watched this yet, so that's a bold claim, but the fact that these two have given him a platform on which to speak, I mean, he has his own platform, of course, but given him an additional platform on which to speak is just yucky. If I remember correctly, Shane Dawson in the past made a lot of really inappropriate jokes about Jacob Sartorius, which tracks because he became famous when he was a child. And we all know that Shane Dawson can't resist, you know, jokes involving children. And Kayla Malik gained even more notoriety than she already had for just being a social media personality when she left a very, very volatile and violent domestic violence filled relationship. I was going to make a video recently about her. She really crashed out hard on a live. And I mean, I didn't want to, like, I wasn't going to trash her or anything, you know. Like, obviously, she has left a really, really difficult situation. And it has clearly left some indelible marks on her nervous system and psyche. And, you know, she's clearly got lots of PTSD and you know, things that I hope she's actively working through. It's kind of disappointing to see her having gone so hard at James Charles, who was involved in her own personal situation with her now ex-boyfriend. There are videos about that if you don't know what I'm talking about. She basically, there was basically alleged, let's call it contact, between Kayla's violent, abusive ex-boyfriend and James Charles. And he was embroiled in that whole situation. She wasted no time interviewing the young man who came forward about James Charles preying on him when he was 14 and telling James Charles that he's disgusting and a predator and all of these things. And yet, here we are with Shane Dawson. So this is going to test my theory that Gen Z, would she be considered Gen Z? Probably. Whatever. The youth, the younger youth, the younger portion of Gen Z, the older part of Gen Alpha, I don't know. I don't do number, I'm not a numbers guy. But it's going to be telling whether or not my theory that the younger people who mostly interact on TikTok or have knowledge from TikTok, whether they don't know or just don't care that these people are like a whole ass problem. So we're gonna find out today. Again, I haven't watched I saw one tiny clip of this yesterday in passing when they were, when it was getting like promoted or whatever. I have not watched this video yet. It's a long one. I'm gonna try to trim the fat a little bit. I kind of want to just get mostly the important stuff. Did I mention you should subscribe? Let's just get to this. This is gonna be a long one. Buckle up, buckle in, get a fucking snack because you're probably gonna need it. Have an emotional support edible or something.
Welcome back to the Bangin' Out podcast. I'm your host, Super Long Jay.
And I'm your host, Kayla.
And today,
I am. Oh, sorry.
No. And today we are joined by the one, the only, controversial, been through a lot. Some are saying he's hiding in a forest in the Dominican Republic. Others are saying he's right here in Burbank with us. It's Shane Dawson.
Guys.
I'm already gonna hate this. I can feel it. I can feel it coursing through my veins. But all right, what is this outfit? It's like a gas station attendant. What is with the skinny jeans? I mean, listen, I don't want to trash it too hard because, like, I get it. He spent a long time wearing, like, the same thing in those pants that we remember ripped or wore out in the inner thigh. He's wearing real jeans, wearing real clothes. Okay, but those were the ones we chose.
Turn on the notification bells. Like I'm posting. You know what I mean?
No,
people are like,
you.
no. Somebody came up to me and they said, "Come back." And I said, "Girl, I'm here."
I hope whoever said that hurries up and raises the bar for their entertainment.
I'm sorry. No, what I was going to say is, and I'm literally the same age if you like combined you guys together.
Really?
I've never felt older in my life, and I love it.
Wait, what is our life?
43.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm young.
Yeah.
You're young.
I'm so young. There are so many people here. It's like, have you shown what this is?
There's a lot. We got a live audience today. We got the whole crew here.
We've never had this many people.
Everybody's makeup is beat. Everybody looks good.
Everybody's makeup is beat. That's how you use that.
Wow, this is cool. Thank you. Everybody's very Gen Z. Or is it Gen Alpha now? I don't know.
Young crew over here.
Okay, well, Shane and I have the same confusion, so I'm going to end it all. I'll see you guys next time.
But thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
You did not have to come on here and do this. I know our viewers are going to be super excited.
That's what my therapist always says.
I'm so tired already. Also, why would your viewers want this? Did your viewers want this? Is this what they've been asking for?
You really didn't need to do all this. Calm down.
No, but I think there's a ton to talk about. You said that you have what is that on your ankle?
Well, I wanted to address it because I know that there's going to be a lot of comments, asking if I'm dead or where I've been. Then they're also going to see my ankle. It looks like I'm wearing a house arrest bracelet, but it's literally just my Apple Watch because I track my steps.
Right. He's a walk star. Never forget.
Wait, that's kind of smart. Put on your foot.
I got a gasp from the crowd. Wow.
People are like,
little life hack, little mommy hack. Well, because when you're walking, you're not always moving your arms. Or maybe you are and I'm just a psychopath. But
is that how you think it tracks your steps? Oh, sweet summer child.
I don't walk like that.
so you could have it as like a bracelet.
Well, yeah, people track their steps with the Apple Watch on their wrist, but you're missing your steps. And the second I put it on my ankle, this is very boring, but I mean, my steps
doubled
went up.
or something.
The steps tripled. You'll get into it. It'll be a trend.
Oh my God, 5-minute hacks is going to steal that one.
Are they still? What's the guy who used to throw eggs at the wall?
How to basic. And he still does.
Wait.
You know what I'm talking about? How to basic. I love that.
Oh yeah, the tutorials.
He has he's barefoot and he you don't know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Can we pull that up, Richie?
They know what I'm talking. So it's how to make a soup. All the mommies will click on it because it'll be how to make meatloaf for your family. And then you click on it and then he's just throwing eggs at the wall and going,
It's very much peak millennial humor. I'm sure they will not care for it. Also, this is making me feel old and kind of sad on the inside.
That's great.
I wish I saw that. That's really
Wait,
good.
what did you guys grow up? Okay, so you're in your early 20s?
Yeah, I just turned 21 and then...
I'm 23.
Oh my
I'm on the way to being unk status.
23 with the face of a 13-year-old. Something about his face bothers me, and I don't know what it is. I'm not going to hold it against him. Because even when Shane Dawson was making inappropriate jokes about him, I had no idea who Jacob Sartorius actually was. And I still really don't, other than this podcast.
Oh my God.
You know what they say though, like 25 is when you become unk.
What is?
So you're like grandpa.
I'm grandpa.
Yeah, no, grandpa. No, I think 25's unk. Right now I'm big bro. I think.
What? Okay.
Is this what brain rot is? Because my brain is literally rotting as we speak.
Yeah.
But what is the girl version?
I feel like auntie.
I want to escape this timeline.
But I'm like,
Auntie.
what am I right now? I'm just like,
You're like
Big sis.
yeah, big
Big
sis.
sis.
Big
No, but you're
sis.
young.
sis.
You're a little sis.
I'm little sis.
Yeah.
Little sis.
So like,
Oh, mama.
I call myself
Oh.
mama all the time.
oh,
Mama.
that's cute.
Don't want to be one though.
Oh. Right, I know. I just started. Well, I don't want to be triggering. Never mind. I was gonna say I just started. Like, I was like looking at the show and following and doing all that stuff. And like my For You page, the first thing I opened when I opened my Instagram on the way here was just like the saddest reel of you crying. It made me so sad.
yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I hope she. And it was like posted today, and I was like, oh God.
That seems like a good thing to bring up. I bet it's nothing serious.
I'm gonna have to give little sis a hug.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
last week went through a breakup, went on live, had my crash out, but like
We
that's
did it.
that's why life's there.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
Yeah, because you message trauma channels.
We've all had a crash out on live.
I actually haven't yet. Should I do one tonight?
You need it to happen.
I think
Okay, I don't want to be mean to Jacob Sartorius, okay? Stop trying to be funny, dude. Like, listen, I feel like after just talking about Deaf Noodles, I feel like I sound like I'm the arbiter of comedy. Like, I'm the end-all be-all of what's funny and what's not. I'm not. But, like, stop trying so hard. Let your crash outs come naturally.
I think I should.
It's
I'm gonna
so-
plan one.
It was really therapeutic.
Yeah, does it feel good after?
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, it depends on what the crash out is. If you have a psychotic break, as some doctors might call it, no, not great.
Yeah.
I did have a psychotic break.
No,
but,
I was worried for her.
Yeah, but
but you made it through.
I
and
made it through, and we pushed.
We learn, we learned, but the audience learned a lot about you.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, I'm good now.
Okay, good. Sorry, I'm just so curious. Like, what did you guys grow up watching? Like, were you too young to watch like Fred? Was that you?
No,
I
I watched
love
Fred.
Oh, I love
Okay.
Fred.
I watched Fred.
Love Fred. I grew up watching you. I was like,
no.
oh my God, the conspiracy videos. Like, I would get home from school and we'd put that shit on TV and we would just like watch it. And we were so excited for the next one. Like, genuinely so crazy.
With our
like,
after school snacks, waiting for the merch.
So this shit runs deep, huh?
Like, it was
Yeah.
a daily thing. We'd have our friends come over right after school, get off the school bus, run to watch your videos.
Yes.
Like, it was a routine.
And let's just say Ashley flew in for this podcast.
I did fly in from
Like,
Indiana.
like she's
You had something else. You had a hair appointment. You had something.
yeah.
Don't lie to me.
No,
If you say that, I'm gonna start crying.
Shut the fuck up.
If you don't want me crashing out live.
No,
Show the
cry.
tattoo.
It's views.
Oh, so, you know,
I'm gonna start crying soon. Will I get the views?
I do know that you have had a cat named Cheeto, and I also named my orange cat named Cheeto. And also, I want to show you something. I just got it done.
Stop.
She just got it tatted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, crash out live.
I got my cat.
Oh my god, that is so cute.
Long time fan.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna make me cry. This is too much.
I don't know if I'm gonna survive this entire podcast. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we all. I grew up like seeing your series. You know, like when you
Yes.
did like the Jake Paul one and
I can't think of any of the others because you guys just had Jake Paul on, and that was your limitless research.
everyone was seeing your videos. You know what I'm saying? How many
Sorry.
views? It was like 30 million a video.
fucking video.
Like that's ridiculous.
How did that feel? Like posting and getting 30 million views.
Honestly, not my favorite. I think I'm very grateful. obviously, like, but I'm one of those people where, I mean, you might, okay, so when you were doing like, you know, musically, and it's like everything you posted was kind of like, there's like a pressure to what's the next one going to be? Is it a trend? Is it this? Is it that? It's like,
you know they're gonna watch what it is.
yeah, and then it's like, well, eventually they're going to hate me, or eventually it's going to flop or something, because that's kind of how everything works. It's like they build you up and then something bad happens. And
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to. You know, if you just don't make jokes about doing inappropriate things with kids, or, you know, pretend to jerk off to a poster of an 11-year-old, or, you know, do a bunch of blackface. I mean, you know, maybe you don't actually hit that wall.
so I was always just kind of waiting for that. Then it happened. No, no, but like, you know, you can't be getting that many views and not kind of have a pit in your stomach, because you're like, it's either something's gonna flop or something bad. It's like that feeling, that constant kind of pressure. And I'm really hard on myself. So I was just constantly like, you know, nervous. Like, how am I going to think of something else?
I get that, like fearing creative block, but I mean, the views are going to be there. You know, like they're going to be there. You have a certain number of subscribers, so like a certain target amount of views are pretty much going to be there. Like, it all relies on analytics, you know? Additionally, like the pressure, I don't believe the concern was the pressure of impending flopitude. More so like, when will my past catch up with me? Right? Because like, I genuinely, like, if you look at some of like the in-between videos on Shane's channel, which you can't look at a lot of them anymore because he deleted a bunch, they were just like nothing burgers. Like, they were just going to Target or making food or, you know, whatever, like around the house. Like, there was no, I don't know. Like, the series were a guaranteed like home run. I find it hard to believe that he was always concerned that like the other, you know, he was like sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop, when he's just like, there was a time where he was posting video after video after video after video, not really thinking about it. You're telling me that like you were scared of flopping in an era where you were doing blackface? Okay.
And then, you know, what do I do? And I think, I don't know if I'd ever want to do that version of it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of like being like posting what I want and not freaking out about whether or not it's gonna become a thing or something like that. It was pretty scary.
Okay, that's fair, but also like that was like the 2023, 2024 decision of a lot of YouTubers who either like got canceled or were like canceled adjacent. And I use canceled loosely, of course, on this channel. Like, I don't actually believe cancel culture is a thing. They all moved to like their second channels. You know, you'll see Colleen Ballinger over on her second channel. You see Morgan Adams on her second channel, Ryland Adams on his second channel, Shane Dawson on his second channel. Like, most of these people are posting on their second channels. And I think in a lot of instances it's like a huge cop-out, because it's like, I'm not going to continue to sign my name to these things that I was canceled for, but I'm going to continue to do the same shit I was doing on this other channel. So it's like a fresh start, only not at all.
Speaking of like you kind of hinted at it. I mean, you've had your experience with cancel culture, right? Like, I think some of the audience watching, I'm sure people might be curious, like, how was that experience? I mean, I'm sure it wasn't enjoyable, but what did you learn from it? How, what would you say to people about like, what is it?
Sorry.
He would say, oh my God, wait.
My favorite part of this is, I'll get into that, but my favorite part of this is like, they're just like waiting. They have like probably a video of a guy throwing eggs at a wall, and they're like, when do we press? When do we? Because now they're...
Okay, you get one. And we're very early on in this podcast. But for real, yeah, that guy, Richie's got it loaded up. He's got a how-to basic video loaded up, just ready to be played at any moment.
Shane's crying, and I don't know when to press this. Yeah. Wow. I think my thoughts on cancel culture, I think it's also weird to answer this because the last time I answered this, and I did this because like, so the pilot that
Yeah.
canceled that you're in, which you're so
Yeah.
good. Like, oh
Yes.
my God.
Let's go.
Sorry, I'll get into that in a second, but like you,
Oh, so that's why we're here. Cross promotion. Got it. Also, legitimately, from the videos posted from, I'm guessing from the Patreon, I think this is going to be a smash hit. Yikes.
so we did a screening for like producers and stuff, like to
Mhm.
get notes and everything. Your scene was like such a banger. Like everybody was scream laughing. Like I'm just so
Let's
excited.
go.
And I'm so sure. I'm so sure there was scream laughing in the Shane Dawson production.
Yeah, no, I think was obviously it's this the pilot's called Canceled,
Right.
and so would the series be.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that it was loosely based off of your experience with cancel culture, right? Like, I mean, that's what the pilot is somewhat about.
Yeah. And I never thought, okay, so yeah, 2020 got canceled and it was a weird experience because like I said earlier, it kind of got to a point where I was like, something's coming and I don't know what that means.
You were accused of f***ing your cat. We just revisited this era recently, so if you missed that, there's a playlist. And we watched the whole Shane Dawson Jeffree Star series, which is when all of this, unfolded.
But I also was so out of my mind, like working 24 hours a day, editing just too much, like really not in a great place with my relationship because I was just so focused on work and like not spending quality time. I just got to a place where I was like getting pretty stressed and unhappy and was like, I should take a break from all this, but I couldn't because I felt like I had so much like, I don't know, just like taking a break from something like that is really scary.
Mhm.
And then the universe was like, gotcha.
It's funny how the universe works in mysterious ways.
Did it for me. And it was hard. I don't want to get depressing. It was really hard. And I went through that.
Mhm.
But I always kind of,
Okay, can we normalize just like, if you're asked a question, okay, you came to this podcast clearly prepared to talk about this time, right? Clearly prepared to talk about this cancellation, because now we're on a I'm assuming the beginning of like a let's soften the public to Shane Dawson press tour before somebody picks up his shitty pilot and it gets made, blah blah blah. Can we normalize just like answering the question? Just answer the question. If you want to say that you were suicidal because of a cancellation, just say that. Come out and say that. It's not going to win you favor. If you want to actually talk about it, then talk about it. Why are we doing whatever this is? Instead of beating around the bush, let's talk about it. Talk about the toll it had on your mental health. Talk about the things you've learned. Maybe he will. I don't know. Just bored of this already.
I was already in therapy before I got canceled, which is so funny because so I started therapy in like maybe March of 2020. And I remember I told the therapist, I was like, at some point I'm going to get canceled because it happens like once a year. And I'm going to have to explain to you what that means and how it works and like, the crash outs and, all of that. And she was just like, what? Literally got canceled like 2 months later. And she was like, okay, glad we talked about it.
All right. I've been thinking a lot today about the expectation of cancellation, where a lot of these creators talk about like, oh, things go really well and then they hit a really, really low point and everybody hates me and, that's just the nature of the business. And it's like, is it though? Like, I feel like there's plenty of creators out there who do not also experience that. You know what I mean? Like, not every creator is a piece of shit.
Glad we prepared for this. But yeah, I think I never thought I would make something. Sorry. I am aware of all the jokes I made. I'm not somebody who's doubling down and being like, like I get why I was canceled. I'm not angry about it.
Are you willing to share an itemized list? Because to say, like, I'm aware of all the jokes I made still feels pretty reductive when you really look at the big picture of the things you're canceled for.
It was really hard to go through it, but I also understood why it was happening. Like, I wasn't somebody who was like, what? Like I made an apology video because I felt so bad about stuff.
Which time?
And then I got canceled after the apology. So it was kind of it was just interesting how it went down.
No, what's interesting, and I remember thinking this at the time, Shane's referring to taking accountability, which is what he posted right after Jenna Marbles did the same and then left the internet. He literally rode the coattails of her decision to essentially cancel herself, to say, I want to share with you that I'm acknowledging these past fuck-ups of mine. Here's an itemized list of the things that I have done. Here are visual examples of these things that were, disgusting or inappropriate or whatever the case may be, racist. Literally went down the list, said the real words that needed to be said, apologized, declared that she was no longer enjoying her time on the internet and hadn't been for a long time, and then left. I have always firmly believed that, like, Shane Dawson's plan was to ride those coattails and have that same sort of, like, reception and level of compassion given to him, and it literally just unearthed just a sea of horrors.
After the apology video.
So the apology video, because more people have been watching my stuff, and I think they had no idea about the sketches and like all the old videos and Shanae and all that. So I think that kind of was, people being like, wait, what? And then they went back and watched all that and were upset. So I understood why it was happening. And I wasn't like, I literally was like, well, I'm just going to go away and never make anything ever again. And a couple years later, I made something, and something told me to make it. I did.
I believe it was a video about a haunted bridge in Colorado. At least that's what I remember from the time when I tried to stay awake while watching it.
And then I kind of slowly started.
And what was that?
stuff.
Was it a series? Was it like a pilot?
No, it was literally just like I was with my sister-in-law. Yeah, I was with my sister-in-law, and she was telling me about this haunted bridge in her neighborhood, and
Steel trap, bitch.
I was just like, I want to go film that. Like, that's so random. I want to film that. And we just had so much fun. And it was like, and editing that, it just reminded me of why I love doing this.
Right, sure. Also, like, if the steel trap holds true, I believe a lot of this was on, like, indigenous, like, burial ground and stuff. There was something very inappropriate about them being there. Or, like, the way they spoke about things. I don't remember. Something was in poor taste. Go figure, huh? I want you to know that I'm legitimately skipping through this a lot. I don't want to hear about what he thinks about Gen Z slang. It's not important to me.
Anyway, so the pilot, I never thought I'd make anything about being canceled literally ever, because I was so afraid of like reminding people or like, and it was triggering for a while.
But all it took was creating a Patreon where a bunch of people gave you money to self-fund, and it's not like it matters. You just do whatever you want. You got the money for it.
It still is. Anytime anybody gets canceled now, which I think is less. Like, I feel
I think
like
it's low key going away. Do you guys, Richie, do you think that's true?
I mean, I just think a lot of the bad people were called out. So now it's just sort of, it's fizzled out. Now everyone's sort of chilling. They know the vibe. They know that they could get canceled. It's like when it first started, it was like everyone's getting canceled.
Yeah.
Because it's a new, like, we can do this. We have this power.
Richie really is the brains of the operation, huh? Cancel culture is still, again, not a thing. It's literally just asking people to hold themselves accountable. And if they refuse to, holding them to account for the things that they've done. And, like, one of the biggest, like, snake eating its own tail rumination thoughts for me is always like, well, what's the end game, right? Like, what's the end game? If I sit here and I talk about Shane Dawson, what is the end game? What do I want? Do I want Shane Dawson to go away? Yes. In the grand scheme of things, like, what rectifies the damage done. And I think that varies from person to person, cancellation to cancellation. With someone like Shane Dawson, genuinely like true itemized acknowledgement and like a show of growth. I think, honestly, and that's just my like what feels like a third party opinion, because like a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the egregious stuff in Shane's past, even his apologies are not mine to accept. It's not my space to say like, oh, that was sufficient, and it never will be. So like, again, I'm not the arbiter of cancel culture or accountability, but I think a lot of people say that like when someone gets canceled for something, expressing the new knowledge they have about the thing that they spent a lot, let's just get real. Let's say Shane Dawson wants to make right on the past, we'll just call them inappropriate comments to and about children. The first step, in my opinion, would be acknowledging the thing out loud. I said this, that, and the third. That's disgusting. Just a general acknowledgement that you understand that you did the thing, that it was wrong, and why it was wrong. Okay? Like for me, that's step one. I don't need in my opinion, we don't need the rationale for it most of the time. There really is no rationale for shit like that. If this was comedy of the time or whatever, I was being edgy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Then where do you go from there? Well, is this a thing that he's continued to do? I don't think so. So that's good. Would it be good to educate yourself on how normalized things like that are to children when they hear that sort of thing from their entertainment? Or is there an organization that you can donate to or educate yourself on to help prevent things like that from happening to children? Taking your fuck up and turning it into like positive action that can positively affect other people is a great way to, subvert the pain of being canceled and to actually make like a fucking valuable difference in society, Or, you can just keep ignoring it and just like keep going to Home Goods every season to buy shit you don't need.
But now it's like we took out a lot of people, and now I think things are sort of balanced out a little bit.
That's a
good way to put it.
Good way to look at it. I would say what I've noticed in between my girls, making full meatloafs in their car, and then like guys talking to a wall and pretending it's another human, I've been seeing, and this is just like the last month, I feel like it's getting kind of crazy again. Like I feel like the F slur is fully back.
Only amongst gays. Also, it's meatloaves. Are you okay?
Which it's always been in my house, but I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The R slur certainly has returned as well. In fact, I heard your husband say it while going over the sides for the pilot.
I'm allowed to. But like I'm like seeing, like I saw like a girl just like saying it, and I wasn't mad, I wasn't offended, but I went to the comments because I was like, let me just see like what's herd mentality, what are we all feeling about this? And everybody's just like, yes, wake it up. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And so I've been seeing a lot of that, and I'm just like, oh, I almost feel like cancel culture got to where everybody was so afraid to say anything that now it's like almost cool to say, which I think could go bad.
Could, yeah. You think? Yeah, and he's not even done making the point, but I think I get where he's going. I do agree. I feel like we've gone almost too far the other way. I think what I said the other day is like, influencers, first of all, don't fucking care anymore about cancel culture. Cancel culture. Again, my definition of cancel culture is literally just holding people to account for like really shitty things that they've done. Everybody on this planet has done shit that they're not proud of. Everybody on this planet has skeletons in their closet, even if they're little itty bitty baby ones. Nobody is free of wrongdoing. And influencers specifically, they just don't fucking care anymore. They don't they don't care enough to hold themselves accountable, admit they're wrong, or do anything. And in any like meaningful, good, functional society, like that shit kind of matters, you know? I don't think we need to police each other, which is a bold claim coming from a commentary channel, but like I don't think we need to like police each other and like point out every like little fuck up, but like the big stuff, like Shane's got the big stuff in his repertoire.
Because then
yeah.
5-10 years from now, when you're not allowed to do that again, people are going to cancel you for, so it's kind of an interesting pendulum thingy. But even with the pilot, I was like, oh, I turned to somebody after we watched it and I was like, is it not edgy enough? And everyone was like, what? Like,
it's
it's pretty
edgy.
crazy. And I was like, really? Because my Instagram right now.
Good. I'm so glad it's going to be edgy humor. We all know how good Shane Dawson is at edgy humor.
Is people getting hit by cars? People
Yeah.
getting meatloaves? People saying the F slur? And I'm just like, would you even get canceled for saying the F slur?
Have you seen people like Clavicular, like the live streamers, and how the things they say?
Oh, it's so.
Oh, what is that?
They're like dropping the N-word, that's just part of
Hitting
their
people with
brand.
cars.
He drove over someone in his
Live?
car. Yeah, on live stream.
I like his theory better.
What is going on the young people's internet? Are you guys okay? I mean, I don't imagine many of you are in my audience, but like check on your young friends and then say, hey, Fat Sajak wants to know if you're okay. Because what?
Not like we've just,
You've never seen this guy? He does bone smashing, which is like
bone smash.
he hits his cheeks. He's a looks maxer. Do you know?
Oh, I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've heard of
they
this.
max.
It's all about looking, mewing and
Listen, I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure Common Core math is really the root of these problems. Take away the internet and give these children books.
I get triggered anytime somebody gets canceled, which is rare now. I get like, I don't want to be annoying,
Well, I guess this is the end of our interview then.
and say PTSD, but that is something I deal with.
Girl. Look, I don't want to deny anybody their shot at PTSD, but like, it's not like you had some small infraction and then got massively canceled. I mean, again, I would love to refer you to Nikki's videos about Shane Dawson and the fucking vile shit in his past. Because it's all there. It's laid out. She's not even done. It's like 3 or 4 parts deep at this point.
Oh, that I know what that feels like. Even if somebody gets canceled for something that I'm like, yeah, that's not great, I still get that feeling because I'm just like, oh wow, like that's such a unique experience to feel like so many people hate you, or because there are people that are just upset with you, but then there's people who really want to see you unalive yourself.
Yeah. Can we go back to using regular words, first of all? Second of all, again, I just made this point yesterday with Gabby Hanna, and I hope I'm not in the minority here. I don't want any of these creators that I personally take to task here, if that's what you call this. I don't want any creator that I cover to kill themselves. That's not on my list of things. Because at the end of the day, unless you are committing like heinous fucking like physically harming people sort of shit, you offing yourself is not going to fix the problem. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to make anything right. It's not going to make the critics who talk about you feel better even. So like I don't doubt that there are hate bots and hate commenters out there who are like, so it makes me wonder like what these people who are big creators and get canceled, what they're seeing on their timelines. I feel like the creators, any of the commentary or drama creators that I follow or watch, which isn't many at this point, but I feel like most of the creators that I watch are also very level-headed in the way that they're like, hey, this is the problem here with what you've done, and it'd be cool if you could A, not do that again, and B, like acknowledge it and then like show some growth, in however it is that channel says that. And for whatever reason, they're either like, oh no, no accountability. I'm allergic. Or they're like,
oh my God, you said I did a bad thing and now you want me to kill myself.
I don't know. I don't know if that's like if it's their skewed perception, if it's something that they're seeking out, if it's something that they're seeing that I'm not seeing. I don't know. It's kind of weird though. Kind of weird. But just for clarity's sake, I have never wanted anybody I have covered on this channel to kill themselves. I never thought the world would be a better place. Well, I was going to say, I never thought the world would be a better place without any of these people in it, but James Charles is there. I still don't want anybody to kill themselves.
If we're going to be Gen Z about it.
Mm.
Which I thought that was like because people were being like extra nice about not saying the other word, but then I heard it's just for monetization purposes.
Yeah, it's literally using the word unalived. So it started on TikTok because they were demonetizing people for saying, killed or murdered or whatever. And so they started coming up with code words on TikTok. And now I'm seeing it like in print on like Threads or Twitter or whatever. It's not meant to not trigger people. It's meant to subvert the censorship on apps.
Yeah, I'm sure it must feel like I don't know, like a lot of people just turn their backs or immediately like, did it feel a little bit, was there ever a moment where you were kind of, I'm sure you were angry also. Like at first it might be like, oh man, this sucks. But then doesn't it turn into like that's like the stages of grief, Mm-hmm. Like doesn't it turn into like a little bit of like, yo, like.
Yeah, I bet it does turn into a little bit of like, yo, fix your hat, little boy.
Give me a chance. That's not everything I am as a person.
Well, to be fair, before Shane Dawson can answer, he's also been on YouTube at that point for like a decade. So he had plenty of opportunities to show people that that's not who he was, but he just kept showing them that that's who he was. So, I'm not saying every allegation made against Shane Dawson is a true thing, but like there's enough in the vault.
Was there ever a moment where you were like, it was just out of context or things like that, where you wanted to like really prove to people like that's not who I am?
No, because it was all in perfect context. What are you talking? Do you know what he was canceled for? Do you children know what he was canceled for?
Because you've got other people who get canceled.
Yeah.
And then they just keep moving on like it never happened, And then they never address it. And it seems like you've addressed it. And I'm sure, do you ever think about like, God, I just wish like people really understood everything?
Well, here's the thing. If you want people to understand everything, you have to address everything. You can't just go, I've made some really inappropriate stuff in the past, like blackface, and that was wrong. Anyway, subscribe. You can't, hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, out of a lot of this shit, my dude.
Rather than just judging me off that or something.
Yes, I think I have this thing, and I don't know what illness it is. I've asked my therapist multiple times because I'm like, can you give me a name for this? Mm-hmm. But when something really bad happens, and I don't know if it's a childhood thing, but I can pretty quickly find like a purpose in it, or like, I really believe everything happens for a reason. And when that happened, I didn't find the purpose for a while. It was hard. But years later, like looking back at it, I'm like, okay, I was so consumed by my job. I was missing out on my life. I was not in a good, like even before I got canceled, we were doing like the makeup series, which I love. I don't regret. Sorry, I feel like my mouth sounds really gross. Just like
Is that a new thing?
And yeah, I feel like it was just kind of consuming my life. And I felt like, okay, so when you said like people turning their backs and stuff,
mm-hmm.
because I'm like somebody who hasn't always had a lot of friends. Like I kind of have like a small group, or I don't know. I've just always been like that.
I can't imagine why. Cut to him talking to Garrett Watts or Drew Monson at any given moment. I bet we could Scooby-Doo our way into an answer.
Mm.
And like making videos was my thing. Like that's what all I wanted to do. And so for me, when I was like popping, I don't know if you guys still say that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, enough. Just talk.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
say
that's a good one.
poppin'.
That's a good one.
Popping.
Okay, you're not like a dinosaur. Like, you know, like yeah, those words still, we
Thank
know what
you.
they mean.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah.
Don't look too
We
close.
know,
Don't look too
poppin'.
close.
We know that one, right, Richie?
Oh my God, can we stop talking to Richie? This podcast is making me want to unalive myself.
So yes, I think, okay, so when I was popping or whatever, I have a hard time saying no to stuff.
Mm.
And you know, everybody wanted to like do stuff or like
Yeah.
videos or pictures or, you know, do things and I knew it was only because they wanted like something,
Yeah.
but I was like too scared to say no. And then after you get canceled, you do kind of realize, that all goes away. That all, you know, goes away. And but you're also kind of like, wow, it's nice to not have to like go to something knowing that they don't actually like me or care. It's more like when you invited me to this, I was so excited because I was like, oh, he knows he's going to get bad comments.
Do we know if Kayla gets to talk at all? Or are we only going to hear from these two mouth breathers? Sorry, I said I wasn't going to be mean to Jacob Sartorius. But like,
Want to hang out with me.
I
Like,
genuinely think it's like it would be cool for people to understand, I don't know, your story. And I think you still have a ton of fans.
you know what? That statement right there. And I think it would be cool if it had to have people hear your story. Shane Dawson has not been heard. Shane Dawson made a lot of racist content and a lot of a really, really inappropriate content and behavior towards children. Okay, the atrocities committed by Shane Dawson were not committed on accident. These were patterns of choices that he made throughout the tenure of his career. So nobody needs to hear his story. We can see it.
On the
Oh,
internet.
yeah.
You know that. Like your podcast gets more views than ours.
I mean, I think it's
Not to throw us like a diss on us, but like, yeah.
no. I mean, I don't know. Listen, it's been a weird thing because I have been doing this for so long. Like I literally started like 20 years ago, which is crazy. That's like one of you guys.
I was 3.
Yes, I was already on. I was literally Unc and you guys were just born.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were Lil bro.
Yeah, we were little.
Lil.
Oh my God, seriously, this is making my brain hurt. It's getting smoother by the minute.
Oh, that one. Well, that was right after I got canceled, which was so funny.
Oh, so that was
because-
like a metaphorical.
So I literally, okay, not to get too dark, but like, why not? It got close to, being that sad, whatever. It was a lot, right?
Mhm.
And I didn't, obviously.
What? Plot twist.
And I remember I like did not look at my phone. I obviously I put my phone away because I was like, this is not helping me. Looking at this stuff is not. And people just kind of kept texting me like, there's another thing. People are mad about this. It was like constant.
It was just stuff getting piled on top of each
Yeah.
other.
And then I saw like someone taking pictures outside of our house. And I was like, whoa, what is that? Because our house is kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, what? That's weird. And then Rylan was just like, oh my God. And he told me, he was like getting texts from our family and stuff. And he was just like, I guess, people think you're dead. And I was just like, I think that I wasn't angry. I think I was just more like, what is the purpose of this? Like, okay, so you guys are mad at me, right? Like I made jokes and I did these things and I regret them. I've apologized, but like you aren't going to be happy until I die.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like I said before, like I think creators who get canceled like this, like big time canceled, right? I think they like to conflate like the unhinged motherfuckers who are like start death hoaxes and send things like kill yourself to them in their DMs. I think they like to conflate that with criticism, and I think that sucks, because then that puts like commentary channels, not to put myself in the middle of it, especially me, because we watch Shane Dawson a lot on this channel, and we take the piss out of him regularly, but never would I ever send anyone a message even implying that they should harm themselves, because I agree. What is the purpose of that? That is a level of like psychopathy that I can't even grasp. I would never want someone to kill themselves. I still think Shane Dawson has been a piece of shit. Is he a reformed piece of shit? I don't know. I don't know him. It feels like a lot of times people like him, people like Gabby Hanna, who also have brought this up, don't make a delineation between the crazy people that exist for everyone online and who would tell anyone they disagree with to kill themselves, with people who have meaningful or at least like valid criticisms of things, and they just conflate the two and call it a day. And then anyone who has something to say that isn't in favor of said creator gets made out to be like a hater, or vicious with no conscience. I don't know. I just feel like it lumps everybody in together, and I don't know if they don't get a more like aerial view of like who is actually saying what and what words mean, or if it's just easier for them to go, oh, everybody's a hater. Anyone who has anything that isn't positive to say, they're a hater. So I don't know. This is arduous.
Like, is that what this is? Like, that's... And then I was trying to explain it to my therapist, and I was like, I don't know how to process this. And she was just like, I don't think anybody could process. Like, this is like this is like a tough thing to figure out, because it's like, oh, then you start going down that spiral of like, oh, so when I die, people are happy, or people want me to die. Okay. Well, and now even later in life, I'm like, okay, now I have kids, and I'm like, okay, so when I die, my kids are going to have to deal with people celebrating it. Like, there's like a lot of darkness there.
Yeah, it's dark.
Brother, you're not like a dictator that's going to be, taken down or anything. Like, no, I don't think there's going to be like a party in the streets. Again, playing to, and I don't think this is a purposeful manipulation tactic, but like playing to people's emotions about how hard cancellation was versus looking at the things that he was canceled for, which again are pretty serious and fucked up things. Again, not a justification to tell somebody to kill themselves, but like, can we please remember why we're here?
But yeah, I think people on the internet were just, especially in 2020, were just so bored and so like, having fun.
That was quarantine, right?
Yeah. That was like peak. And so I get it. I don't know if that would happen now to someone. Like, people have been canceled. I don't know if it's gotten that far.
You're the only person who's ever been told to kill themselves in anybody's existence. Literally, like, welcome to the experience of being a woman, where a man asks you out and you politely reject him, and then he calls you a fucking bitch and says you're ugly anyway and he wouldn't want anything to do with you.
Okay, I've been, first off, what is it like being a father?
I was going to say it's so crazy, but it really isn't. Like,
this isn't crazy? Maybe he has grown.
Like, it feels, when it happens really fast, and you instantly, like, something triggers in your brain and you go into this mode of like, oh, I know exactly, what I need to be doing. Granted, like, it's scary because, especially, I mean, my kids are 2 now, but when they were first born, like, there's so many things, and my husband read every single book, so he wasn't worried, but I mean, there were so many things I didn't know, about how to hold your baby, the neck support. They don't have knees for the first 3 years.
I mean, yeah, it takes a while for kneecaps to become bone, but like, there's the hard cartilage there.
I love it. But also, like, with the internet, that's been a weird thing, because I'm very, like, I don't want to show them And then my husband, he's like, he doesn't want to show them either, but I think he's a little less worried than I am.
Well, yeah. I think we all know that Ryland would have jumped at the opportunity to become a mommy vlogger, like, so quickly. Maybe when they get a divorce.
But for me, I'm more like, well, my Instagram and stuff is filled with hate. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't look at the comments, but I'm assuming. So I don't want them to be anywhere near that. So it's like, or I don't want people that hate me to see them. Or it's like, that's been a...
See, that tells me that, like, you still don't understand a lot of the things that you were canceled for, because, like, a lot of the actual danger of your children being online is creepy fucking people, you know?
You don't want to, like, expose them to, like, such hate that, like, they're babies. Like,
yeah.
I just spilled water all over myself.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think one of the only things Shane Dawson has ever done that I will consistently praise him for is not showing those children. I think that is the smartest thing he could have ever done. I know Ryland does it on his Instagram sometimes, but, like, I will commend Shane for that, because that's one step above Colleen Ballinger, you know what I'm saying?
I'm more into, like, companies doing crazy things, like that stuff.
Like Chuck E. Cheese recycling
I
the pizza.
did not say that. That was, they don't do that.
This podcast should be studied by Mensa. It actually should be a college course at Harvard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember, didn't you make that video?
Yes, Jacob, he did. You sure are the brightest bulb in the tanning bed, aren't you?
I don't...
I swear that's how I found out about that. Right?
I literally found... So I was looking for something on my
Yo, that
phone.
was you that made that video. About the... Yeah.
Yes, Jacob. Sweet fucking Maria, are you okay?
It's on the news.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Plead the fifth.
Philadelphia news right there.
Okay, so I remember. So I was looking back through my phone for something. Oh, it was because 2016, right? Like, oh,
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
So I'm like going through my old things, which, by the way, scrolling through my 2020 was rough. I was like, whoa. But then I found I never posted it, but I made this like really like scared apology video because like they were threatening to sue me. And I like made this video where it's like, guys, it's a joke. It's a video. Chuck E.
I love Chuck E. Cheese.
I was like, I should just post this, like no context.
That is so...
I haven't tweeted in like 6 years. Just post that.
Really that funny? I mean... Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know.
It is so funny.
Chuck E. Cheese is a scary place, I think.
But now I'm
Animatronics.
I'm banned.
Oh, you banned?
So I went there for like a funny video with my husband for his channel, and then an employee was in the parking lot, and I was just like, and she's like, oh, I watch your videos. Oh, thank you. And then I was like joking. I'm like, I'm banned, right? She goes, yeah. And I was like, wait, really?
He's like, no, seriously.
She's like,
you can't
no, there's
come
like
in here.
a picture, like we can't. I was like, well, what would happen if I walked in? And she's like, we would call the police. I was like, oh my God. So now my
She's like,
kids,
but can I get a picture though?
she goes, no, she's like, I can't take one. I'll get fired. I was like,
Oh my
no.
God.
Put an emoji over your face.
Charles Entertainment Cheese doesn't fuck around.
That's crazy.
But then I started thinking, oh my God, my kids are never, well, I guess my husband could take them, but like, that's so sad. I'll never be able to go with my kids.
You could just stand on the outside and like look through the window.
That's not creepy at all. I'll just do full prosthetic.
Is that Shane Dawson?
Just walk in full dress.
What is with Jacob's hat? It's like on its own adventure. Like Corey from Teen Mom.
But that's so sad. I'm like, Chucky, like I do. And that's the thing. That's why I need to stop doing this. I loved Chuck E. Cheese. Like the theory was something I came up with when I was a kid because his pizzas look like that for fucking ever. And so I came up with it when I was
So
like
do you
12.
still believe it? You could say it.
I think it's weird, but I don't think it's recycled. I think it's weird. But I thought it was fun, and I love Chuck E. Cheese. But now I'm banned, so I'm like, I need to stop doing this to things I love. Like I don't know why, but I used to back when I'd make sketches. I'd like make fun of Miley Cyrus. I love Miley Cyrus. I'm like, now I'm probably banned.
You can't go to a Miley concert.
Yep. Chuck E. Cheese, Miley, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Olive Garden.
Go to a Miley show.
You won't be able to see her on the Wrecking Balls.
Yeah. So don't be mean to things you love, guys.
Oh, so only okay. That's good. That's good.
I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to be mean to Jacob Sartorius. He didn't do anything to me. He just seems like an idiot.
What's another like crazy conspiracy theory that the people at home wouldn't know?
Oh.
What's one you've never made a video about but you think?
I will say I had one time. No, never mind.
Please, I'm on the edge of my seat.
That one. What was
Made
that
a
one?
video one time. I'm not going to say what it was about, but it was like, I posted it and I still stand by it. It's still up, but like I got canceled like 2 days later.
So how many times have you been canceled? Like I hear like it sounds like a lot.
Do you know what he was canceled for, Jacob? If someone is repeatedly canceled, can reference many cancellations. Might not just be a "you're so misunderstood" kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was always like,
Is it just little things that stacked up, but only like a couple different big times and it all was together?
No. But great research on your guest, dipshit.
Because when you say it, it sounds like there's just a bunch of different little ones.
yeah, well, no, the big one in 2020 was kind of like the compilation, if you will, of everything.
Could you itemize what those everythings are so that your podcast host could understand the gravity with which you received your cancellation and the legitimacy of said cancellation? This is really minimizing it a lot.
But yeah, it was like, I feel like it just kind of became a thing with me where, every year
There was just more things.
people would want to, this or this. And I don't question it. It all happened for a reason. So it's like, but it was almost, never mind. It was like, when you're training for a marathon, those are my little 5Ks.
Well, at least he's taking it seriously and truly understands the impact of the things that happened. Like, I don't mean to sound like a nitpicky bitch. Like, I don't mean to sound like a killjoy or, again, like the arbiter of accountability. But, like, the fact that Shane's cancellation hinged on his, truly, at the core of it, real fucking racist behavior, full-on blackface, repeatedly. The mockery of black people in general, and gross and disgusting behavior to and about children. This isn't one or two little oopsies. These were like choices and patterns of behavior.
No, but I think
The cancellation 5Ks.
another one. God, and it was always at the worst times. Like I remember we were literally at the vet with my dog who like was having a situation and it was like such a horrible night. And then my phone blows up and it's like, I'm canceled. And I was like, really? Like right now? And then the next time I got canceled, it was my husband's entire family flew in. I had planned a fucking proposal to him for the next day.
Oh.
And I got canceled. And
Oh man. That was when they accused you of f***ing your cat. I'm sorry they couldn't have planned your cancellations in a more timely manner. Perhaps if you had not done a bunch of blackface and made disgusting comments to and about children. Who knows?
I was like, okay. So then I still went through with it because I'm like, well, I'm not going to let this ruin this. And then, of course, it turned into like,
You're
only
like
did
asking-
it because
Oh my god.
No, it didn't. It turned into you got down on both knees and everybody laughed. See, again, I don't know what kind of skewed perception these people have of the things that they do and the feedback they receive. Being over on this side of the line, I remember everybody's issue. I remember the talk of Shane's proposal was that he got down on both knees. Let me know if it was different for you.
he wanted good press. And I'm like, I'm going to cancel so many fucking times. Like, I would never like change like my life for that. Like, what are you talking? Whatever.
I know what he meant there, but that feels like a Freudian slip.
Anyway, so I did this video and I still stand by it. And it was about some bad people doing some bad things. And literally 2 days later, I got canceled from this like weird thing where somebody took audio of me and like fucked with it and whatever.
Oh, so what if it was
And
those people?
right there-
It was an attack.
Oh my god, is the hat interfering with the last two brain cells being able to rub together?
My therapist was like, I like jokingly said that. I was like, oh, I got canceled for this and whatever. And she's like, what did you talk about? And I told her and she was like, they don't fuck around. And I was like, ah!
Oh,
And I was like, it's just
Damn.
interesting. Like there are, I don't know. There's very
There's
scary.
powerful people.
Yeah.
There are powerful people out there.
No way. I came here to roast Shane Dawson, but Jacob Sartorius is just right there.
So that actually, I would say, yeah, if there's any theory that I'm like, oh, kind of fascinated but scared of, it is that. It's like, oh, you know, the pulling of the strings with things like that are interesting. It's interesting when you see a celebrity just get like the Sydney Sweeney thing. I was like, what? So it's like the whole world woke up one day and they're like, we are mad at her.
No, Sydney Sweeney did an ad that had literal white supremacist undertones. Oh my god. Oh my god, the fact that I have to explain the Sydney Sweeney ad to another grown adult. Woof.
And it was like this whole thing, and it just kind of makes you think, like, why?
People just
what
jump
happened?
on the.
You're like,
Wow.
what happened behind the scenes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, perhaps if you were in any capacity, self or community or politically aware, you would know. So, good job burying your head in the sand. Cybertruck, anyone?
I was canceled 6 years ago, which I know, like, still feels like yesterday sometimes. But it's just something I don't want to constantly talk about.
Yeah.
It's ironic because now I'm making a show about it. But it's different. But now I feel fine talking about it. But I think there was a moment where people wanted me on their podcast just because it's like, oh, let's talk about how everyone hates you. And like, that'll be the thumbnail. And that'll be the title. And then like, I don't know, it starts to feel like you said, I've been doing this for 20 years. Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
I spent so much of my life making YouTube videos that I'm so proud of.
Yeah?
And for it to feel like all I am is like a thumbnail and title for like that
Yeah.
can feel sad sometimes.
See, personally, I don't know. I don't know if it's the perspective you lose when you gain X amount of followers or whatever. The sadder thing to me would be like my legacy is having done blackface and made disgusting comments and insinuations to and about children. Like, I don't know. I guess to me, like, if that was my canceled crime, I feel like I would want to right that wrong instead of talk about how it was so hard to talk about my cancellation. People were using me for clicks and views. Like, get fucked, bro.
I mean,
100%.
cut to your title and thumbnail.
Yeah. So, Richie, I'm thinking an
He's not
explosion.
dead. I'm thinking a big grave.
I'm thinking big. I'm thinking no, but oh, so you haven't done like I know you have a podcast on your second YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But I thought those were like Kayla and I were looking at it. It's kind of branded like you wouldn't know it's a podcast if you didn't click on it, right?
It's more like a show, like I don't know, a Gen Z word for it.
They understand regular words. Like, you can just talk to them like people, you know.
Like a sitcom.
Yes.
You know what? Never mind. Yeah, maybe you do have to dumb it down. Honestly, I've skimmed through the rest of this. For an over 2-hour interview, there's about 30 minutes worth of stuff. And we learned nothing. I honestly would like to see Shane go on a podcast and actually really talk about, maybe with, you know, I'm not thrilled that these two have put Shane on their platform. I do still inherently like Kayla Malik. Today I have stopped liking Jacob Sartorius. But like, perhaps if Shane sat down with someone who was like, I don't know, slightly familiar with his cancellations, or who was alive for all of them, I feel like that would be a way more interesting interview and a way more, I don't know, insightful conversation. Because again, the end game of cancellation or accountability is not to torture someone for the rest of their lives for the shit that they've done, depending on the things that they've done and the severity. It did kind of open my eyes to the skewed perception that the person being canceled has versus the people who are holding them accountable. Because to me, I see somebody who needs to, maybe not even needs to, because it's so far gone at this point, but who needed to really honestly, openly, and specifically talk about the things that they had done, to have a real dialogue about it. Because at the end of the day, your audience, when you are a creator, is your performance review. They're your paycheck, right? They're your, they're the reason you have a job. And yes, nowadays it does seem like the longer you shut up, the more you can get away with, and nobody cares, and you can have a second life on whatever platform you want. But like, morally, feels a little bankrupt, in my opinion anyway. Anyway, this was a time suck, and I feel dumber having been here. I've learned nothing. We've gleaned nothing. This was nothing. 2 hours of nothing. Here's hoping Jacob Sartorius' hat finds a soft place to land, and I do not have nightmares this evening. Anyway, thanks for being here. I'm sorry that you were here. I'm sorry that I was here. Oh boy. I'm not even going to tell you to subscribe. Just don't even bother. I'll see you next time. Or not. I don't know if there's going to be a next time. I gotta go. Bye.